forget, today we want to see your comments also to predict the games that will happen on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page, vote 1043 FM on Facebook, and also don't forget to follow us on YouTube. We are live on YouTube now on at Vote FM Sports on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us there. Let us see what you are talking about in. Okay, guys, now they call it an end of an era because it looks like the last time Mbappe will have it, Barcelona, the man that played for France in the World Cup, he was tired. But was it luck? Was it against them? Because in 2 legs, PSG hit the crossbar 6 times. 6 times in 2 games, and they could not score a goal.
6 times is a lot of 6 times is a lot. But I think, as I said yesterday, Champions League is a cup game. For me, Champions League is a luck game. It's not most times. It's not the best teams that win the Champions League.
I beg to disagree.
Sometimes.
Come on, man. Come on, Godwin. No. My friend, in the 2 legs, you can't tell me PSG or Dortmund. No.
Apart from Real Madrid,
no.
Every other person I think is basically luck. Okay. Because if you look at this game, PSG have played them basically in those 2 legs, but luck was in Dortmund's side. One chance they scored, 2 chances they scored 2 goals. So for me, I told you yesterday they are going to qualify because I know that this is Champions League and PSG is not Real Madrid. Real Madrid is Mr. Champions League. They can come. They might be losing 2-0 and they are winning the next leg. But for PSG, they don't have the experience. They have just been into 1 Champions League finals once. That means 3 years ago.
Yes, and Dortmund have been there before.
Dortmund have been there for. So based on the experience, based on everything, Dortmund has the edge, and probably he played out yesterday. And
okay, we're gonna go in depth analysis of this game now. No, so give me an overview basically of these 2 legs now. Who do you think is the better side? Do you think Dortmund is have to go through? What happened to PSG?
The thing is, you don't look at people based on how they play. If he was talking about creating chances, going forward and not scoring a goal. It happened to Tottenham Hotspur against Arsenal. You could look at other matches like that. You don't create chances without knowing where the post is. Creating those chances and not knowing where the post is a problem. That is one thing PSG lacked yesterday. I saw them hit the crossbar 4 times in the second half yesterday. 4 times.
4 times.
And you ask yourself, how many did they hit in the first half? They hit 2 to the crossbar yesterday. So in the first leg, they hit 2 in the first leg 2 times, and yesterday, only the second half, they hit 4. And you ask yourself, this is a team that doesn't know where the goal is. And my friend here, Osimeke, was saying, why not start Kylian Mbappe in his usual position, which they did yesterday. And
they did not.
They did.
No.
The first half.
The first half. You called your man yesterday, Portuguese striker, they played in number 9. Ramos played number 9. Mbappe played from the wings.
Yes. Which is
it was in the second half.
Which is what Osimeke was
when
talking
they took away Ramos of missing 2 sitters.
Yes.
Then they brought Mbappe to number 9 and brought that younger boy, Bakula. That was when the game changed for me.
That was when the game changed. Exactly. That was the same lineup Osimeke wanted them to play.
And Emilia too.
And they wanted them to play this lineup.
We said it clearly.
It didn't work out.
Bring in
Ramos, play Mbappe and Dembele, and yet you saw that lineup. So which means the coach saw it from the first leg.
I mean, they are bad coaches.
It was not going to work.
Both of them are bad coaches because they told them what to do. The man heard it from
us. They couldn't create that. Even when they created the chances, it was a clear-cut goal and he missed it. Now they had to bring in the second player Mbappe to come in and Bakula, and you see that the game changed, but yet they still hit the crossbar, and it was there. We know after they hit the crossbar when Dortmund was leading, we knew the game was over for PSG.
It was a disaster for me because in the first leg, PSG didn't look at the PSG. Yesterday, because they are playing at home, they started very well, did a good job, but those 2 chances missed by Ramos was very terrible. Even it was when the coach makes some changes in the second half that we saw PSG play. Hakimi almost played in the other part of the pitch all through the game. They basically played three persons at the defense. Mendes was amazing yesterday. Hakimi was fantastic. The defense was good. Just that header, they left their tackler and they were shocked at what happened to them. And now, John, talk to me basically first of all about Borussia Dortmund. Let's look at the players. Sancho, Sabitzer, Brandt. Those boys look at they are playing the World Cup final. They were at the top of their game. 35-year-old Hummels.
Yes.
Adeyemi ran himself to the ground and he had to be removed because he can fight on that pitch yesterday. Yes. That guy in first leg marked out Mbappe, marked out Hakimi, did it again yesterday. Yes. Talk to me basically, John, about this German machine, the Yellowstone Wall, Borussia Dortmund.
I think they're a phenomenal side. Yesterday's game just only cemented their dominance in the game. We saw a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of determination from the side, a lot of quality football. And when you look at the side, you have to look at this side paling in comparison to a PSG side that is worth billions and millions of dollars. But these guys were able to deliver the results yesterday. A lot of stellar performances from undervalued, underrated players in the game. And it just goes to show that the number one thing there is mentality, the grit, the determination to get the points, to get the win, and to be able to pull off what a lot of people, including myself, thought would not be possible. So hats off to them. But I can't wait to get into PSG's performance yesterday.
Okay, now look at this team. Now, relatively unknown coach, a coach who doesn't have pedigree. PSG has changed coaches up and down, bought all kinds of players yesterday. I think for me, the game was in the balance until Dortmund scored. PSG had to equalize and the game became open. Dortmund could have scored 2 or 3 more goals.
Yes,
if not for the masterclass of the captain of the Marquinhos did a very good job. I felt for me PSG defense yesterday was good. They had an issue just with scoring goals, and the midfield Fabian Ruiz performed, but didn't perform well. I think for me, the PSG player of the night was Vitinha. That guy was a master performer in that side. Now with Mbappe leaving now, and the owners of PSG looking very, very, very tired. Very tired yesterday. They look frustrated. They look angry. Do you think now, Godwin, that PSG will still try and strive again to see how far they can go next interview, and now that they are out?
One of my surprises yesterday that he didn't even use Cola at all.
Cola.
But he didn't use Cola at all. The one, the French striker that they bought almost 70 million, he didn't even play.
Colomani, yeah, he played in the first leg.
He didn't play. So for me, Mbappe leaving that team might be good news for them. Why? Okay. The team will now be relaxed. There's a lot of tension for the past 2 years. There have been a lot of tension about Mbappe's transfer. I think somehow it disorganizes the team. Every press conference, they are asking the coach.
Yes.
Asking the coach how far for Mbappe. Is he signing? Is not signing? So I think it makes his team unsettled. So now he's leaving. The young winger, the Bakolo, will now play. That's now it's going to be a permanent.
There's something that a friend of mine messaged me yesterday in France. The other day, there's another information. Don't forget. Neymar left. Messi left. Some big name players left PSG, and you notice they brought in younger lads and brought in a lot of young French players.
Yes.
Those things that happened behind the room was told to me that they were Mbappe's decision for him to stay one more season, get rid of the big boys, bring in players who can play around me. And they won the league, but they still could not get through to the Champions League. And this was his last season. He may possibly is leaving.
I think one of the issues about this is the playing around me. If you look at the first leg with Bakola down the wings, all the attacking prowess, everything was targeted from Bakola trying to score. They weren't trying to feed Mbappe because Mbappe was clearly frozen out in that first leg, played off position in the center. And you have young Bakola who is coming into his side. He wants to prove himself, he wants to show what he can do. He's not looking to feed the ball to an Mbappe. He's looking to score and get some street creds for himself.
One of my problems is that with PSG, that when they brought in Messi, they should have built that team around Messi.
They should have at least.
Do you know why? Building around Mbappe, it's for me, it's not nice. You have Messi and you are building your team around Mbappe because you want to keep him. If they had built their team around Messi, probably they would have won the Champions League. Look at what he did with Barcelona and what he did with Argentina. Everything goes through Messi. Messi created, but now everybody is trying to create things for Mbappe. It's like trying to make him happy.
Yeah, he's the man of the moment. Yes, the matter is there must be a big player in that team.
It's been a big player of the team for a long time. It's been a big player of the team for a long time, and you have to ask yourself, what has he done for the club? He's gotten the golden boot. He's giving them goals that won them the trophy. Now, building a team around him would likely make him stay, and which we understand.
Exactly.
But you should also understand that if you don't have creative midfielders, where their problem is now, if you don't have creative midfielders to create those chances, him staying is just a waste of time.
I want to call you back on that. I want to call you back on that because if you look at the game yesterday, you know there's 2 key points I want to make. In the first leg, Mbappe was frozen out. He didn't get service. Okay, if you look at Manchester City, everybody there knows the ball goes to Haaland when they play. if you can create an opportunity for yourself, fine. But he wasn't getting the opportunity. Now they took him off the central role and played him down the flank, and he became the provider. But the man up front was very, very wasteful with the opportunities he had. If you look at the stats, they created a total of 21 attempts on goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they lost a lot of chances. About 16 shots were on target, but the man up front wasn't delivering. So it wasn't an issue of service, because Mbappe filled that role. And I felt like Mbappe would have felt a little bit frustrated, because he's creating all these chances, cross after cross, pass after pass into the 18 box, but no final product. And another thing you're seeing is that a lot of players, when they get into the box, not me, pass to somebody else, take a shot. Once he make an attempt, they are just passing inside the 18 box, and it's annoying.
Don't forget, you guys are playing against a German nation. You see, around 70 minutes, the coach took out Sancho, took out Adeyemi, took out and brought in Sule. And you know when Sule was looking like
Sule is a tank.
When you got your playing 5. He cannot score.
When he was coming in, he told the other defenders,
five defenders.
Your center five,
and you see them blocking the shot,
and
left, right, center,
blocking everywhere.
Now, so my question is very simple. Now, in all these things, we saw a tactical masterclass from Dortmund. Is this the end of the era for PSG? Because someone like Marquinhos might leave. Mbappe has been there for a very long time. Mbappe will leave. So if two of those most senior players, because Vitina is still very young, Mendes is very young, we can keep those guys with money. The right back, Hakimi, he may stay, because I don't think anybody wants to take him now. What is next for PSG? One, quickly, then, do you think now that we should be scared of Dortmund because they're in the final? Because I think it's possible.
They went to the final in 2013. Exactly. We're not scared of them. Well, they're going to the final in 2024. I don't think there's any reason to be scared. Like Emile said,
they are still underdogs.
Emile said a week ago that we might be seeing all German finals. And in those two German teams, you have English players who might go to Wembley and win it, and for the culture, and just represent the culture of Wembley. Now, you could see it might happen, but we have to wait on tonight's game. But you should understand that this German team, the coach was a defender when he played. So he knows how to defend. He knows when to call the blocks. Now, he looked at the team and said, these people are going to play high. And he defended very good. And you know that, okay, after Mbappe leaves or Marquinhos leaves, PSG might be facing another rebuild season. They will win the French league, of course. They'll continue to win the French league. But they'll be facing another rebuild season, which will take them maybe
they are rebuilding every season.
You guys don't forget something. You're underrating. Don't forget, Dortmund and PSG were in the same group. PSG beat Dortmund in Germany, and I think they lost by 1 goal or something in France. And PSG topped the group. Dortmund topped the group where you had PSG. So looking at that game yesterday, they were just repeat what happened in the group stages, and we saw it happen again. We're going to talk about the Madrid game very, very, very shortly. But now we are saying there's nothing to be scared about in this Dortmund side. I disagree, because these guys, they look like they know what they're doing. And like you said, the coach was a defender. They can defend astutely, but they have very dangerous players going forward. Adeyemi, Sancho, Brandt, and that other striker, Fukri. Don't forget, you have the likes of Sebastian Haller even on the bench. Yes. Some of that good players on the bench. Now, to me yesterday, this man, Matt Hummels, was the powerhouse defender who was not in the first leg. He came back at 35-year-old, flying into shot, blocking shot, and even got the winning goal, for them. Yes, the guys, I want to see your comments. Like I said now on Facebook, we have a question there. Predict tonight's game between Madrid and Bayern Munich. Don't also forget now, you can call us at any time in the show on our phone numbers at 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. We have already comments and messages on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us also on YouTube at Vote FM Sport on YouTube. And SA Divine Ugolakpo is saying PSG were so poor, they really did not know what they were doing. And thank God they did not go to the final. It would have been another poor performance. All right, John Ebo was saying, let's pray for PSG. That's all they need right now. Emeka, I didn't say that. I told you that Dortmund will win, and Dortmund sure won again. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the show. Yeah, please, your name and your location, please. Okay, Emmanuel, welcome to the show. What do you have to say about the games that took place yesterday?
Madrid to win 2-0.
Wow, Madrid to win 2-0.
Okay. That's good. We're going to keep that on our note. That Madrid to win 2-0. That's what our caller just said. That Madrid to win
2-0. Okay, we'll see how it goes for Madrid to win tonight. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up shortly now and say that we think PSG, even if they didn't play well, they were still unlucky because you can't hit the bar 4 times in a match and not score. Away, you hit the bar twice, so 6 times you hit the bar in 2 games and not score at all. I think it was a very, very, very terrible. And when it's not your day, I think it's not your day. When it's not your time, I think it's not your time. All right, guys, we're going to be going on a very, very, very short break. We'll be back shortly to continue and talk about the game tonight. Real Madrid will be hosting Bayern Munich at the FC Santiago Bernabeu.
Port 104.3 FM. Real music meets
Okay, so we're going to go to Madrid now. 2-2 now. First game 2-2. A big match. Yeah. So, this they call it. Munich go, Spain go win. This game. It's not going to happen.
It is. We know they don't go win. But we know they don't go win.
Because of Hurricane.
We know they don't go win. But
you're still online and the other persons are watching and you guys are just but it's either you're not talking or you're continuing talking because of people online.
I was talking just now.
Yeah, but we can't hear you, you're just talking among yourselves. Please get back to the show.
Volt 104.3 FM.
I said get back to the show.
Stay plugged in to the flow. Follow Volt FM on Facebook at Volt 104.3 FM. Let's fight together.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. We are still staying on the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League. Now, Real Madrid won the league on Saturday after Barcelona lost to Girona. But the coach and Carvajal spoke a very, very plain language. There will be no celebration in the Bernabeu for Real Madrid until they are able to secure their Champions League fate by knowing if they will be in the Champions League final or not. So there were no celebrations. The fans were all over the streets in Madrid, but they had to keep them. Celebrate on your own. You won't see the players, you won't see the trophy. Let us know if we're going to qualify first for Champions League. And now tonight, the first match ended in the 2-2 stalemate. Now, if it was the last 2 seasons now, we will say, oh, Madrid will be up for it because 2 away goals have been recorded already. But now, UEFA changed the rules. Away goals do not matter or count again in the UEFA Champions League. You have to win that game and you go away and win the second one. Now, Bayern Munich, we're visiting the Santiago Bernabeu today. They have a striker on form. Whether you like it or not, Harry Kane is arguably one of the best strikers right now in the world. The best number 9. They're fighting with Erling Haaland, but they are almost close now to the Champions League final. Today, Munich will be traveling to Spain. Now, so how do you think this game is going to pan out?
well, it's a tough place to be. The fans is the football society in Spain is a crazy environment where they don't allow you sleep, they don't allow you rest because you're an away team. And for a German team traveling all the way from Germany to Spain tonight is going to be tough for them. Perhaps last night we heard rumors that some fans, what Liverpool did to Barcelona in 2019, some of those fans are doing the same thing to Bayern Munich players. They are partying in front of the hotels where Bayern Munich are being lodged. Those are rumors. I'm not there, so I can't say for a fact. But I think this is what happens in football, and in the stadium as well. You have more Real Madrid fans, so it's a very tough place to go and expect a win. Everybody wants to come there and expect a win, but it's going to be tough for Bayern Munich.
It's good for Bayern Munich. I think so, because it's a game of grit and grind. These guys know what they are doing. Munich are seasoned European contenders, but the fact that they've not won it in a while now shows that, okay, the guys on form in the Champions League now, John, Real Madrid, they're looking at winning their 15th Champions League. I think they should change that name to not Champions League. They should change it to Madrid Champions League and give them a name, because these guys, once they see Champions League, even if they are 10th in the league,
yes,
there's something happens to Madrid. So tonight, Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, we are going to be on song. How do you think Madrid should go about this game? Because Munich can be very, very dangerous.
Yes, I think Real Madrid shouldn't try reinventing the wheel. They should stick to what has worked for them, and they should play attacking, flowing football, and try to get, the best of the Bayern Munich side by doing what they do, just staying true to who they are and what they do. Bayern Munich have everything to prove in this encounter. They need to come out, they need to attack, they need to try to get a result. Madrid just need to be able to play good football, play attacking football, and be able to make the most of those opportunities. But because they are going to come, they need to be clinical in front of goal, and that's just what they need to do.
Okay, guys, while you enjoy the sports commentary taking place now, where we're talking about football and all, don't forget to visit us on all media platforms. Call us on 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853, and go also to YouTube and watch us live right now at Vote FM Sports on YouTube. We're having lots of conversations taking place on YouTube now, and I want to see your comments on Facebook also and get your calls. Hello, good morning and welcome to the show. Please, your name and your location, please. Good morning.
Good morning, bro. This is Charles Omafibo.
Okay, Charles Omafibo. Good morning and welcome to the show. So,
you be with Chuba and the TC.
Yes, you're talking to the same one. Welcome to the show.
Okay. Talking about second leg. You know, so Dortmund is very strong technical. Anybody that is writing the most in this finals, I mean, is playing games. As for Real Madrid, Madrid has not been exceptional this season. Madrid has benefited from luck, not the any other person. Madrid dealt them possession-wise, everything in that match. Against Leipzig, if you can remember, Leipzig lost that match. They were put on to lose that match. They outplayed Real Madrid left, right, and center. The thing is that Munich and Real Madrid, the 50-50 match. Munich is not excellent this season in the league, but I don't see Real Madrid dominating them. You get it could go either way, but people should watch Dortmund. Don't write them up at all.
Right. Thank you so much. I think I agree with this. Very, very, very fantastic decision. You're right. But you see the team like Madrid, not playing well, but when you have players like Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and you have a player like Bellingham, you know anything is possible. Don't forget, I think yes, it was their last Champions League game now. You saw just one dangerous pass from Toni Kroos,
and they scored
putting Vinicius Jr. on, and you saw that goal. That is Madrid for you. They might not play well, like he's saying now. They benefit from luck, I agree. Coming back, but they always find a way to happen. And spot on analysis also with Sabitzer and Sancho. I want to say that, but I didn't want to break the hearts of
Manchester United
fans. Now, Godwin, I want you to give me a few minutes discussion about the game today. Madrid playing against Bayern Munich.
I think Bayern will win. My reasons are they have Kane. Even though these have Vinicius too, Bayern Munich has Kane, so they are going to win. And Bayern Munich is still stable, even though they are not winning the league. Bayern Leverkusen have been exceptional this season. It does not happen if it's just like Leicester. It happens once in a while. Probably next season they might win the league. But this season they are playing. Hurricane has scored almost 40 goals.
Hurricane has scored 44 goals. 44 goals in all competitions.
So if you are writing Bayern Munich up because they are not doing well in the league, then you are joking. And truthfully, Madrid is not a fantastic side. They just score goals. I don't know how they do it. They just win games. They don't need to play good football. They just win. So for me, for Bayern Munich somehow will win. I still believe it's going to be all German finals.
Okay. No. So now, looking at it now, Hurricane 44 goals in all competitions this season. Amazing game for him. But this season also, you have found out that Bayern Munich have not been very consistent in the big games. They've not played very well in big games, and Madrid are a team for the big occasion. That's what you should understand. Madrid might not be playing well, but when they see a big occasion, they have players that can rise up to the occasion and get you the win that they deserve. No, so give me your analysis completely on what you think will happen in this game today, how you could pan out for both sides.
We've been talking about Real Madrid suffering from injury, and most of those injured players are back. You have the likes of Militao being back in the team. You have Rudiger, so you have your center. You have two strong center halves now.
Courtois is back, but
he's not playing today because of they're still testing him. But you have two center halves who are very good at the game. They are back in formation. we have the likes of Toni Kroos, who might start today, Kamavinga, Tchouaméni, and we even have Valverde, who might also be a wonderful start for the team. So you would see that there is plenty of options on the pitch, and there are plenty of options on the bench as well for this game. And like you said, like you rightly said, they are a team for the big games. You saw them how they played against Barcelona. You saw them how they played against them Atletico Madrid. You see how they play. You see how they play. They concede goals. They concede less goals, and they manage to score more goals. And I think that's what they'll be doing against Bayern Munich today, scoring more goals. Like what Tuchel said the last game. He said, if you look at the way the goal came, if you watch that highlight again and you watch 10 seconds or 20 seconds before that goal, you didn't see anything
at all. You didn't see it come from Madrid.
It was just a finger. It was just a hand movement.
And pointed to you on Kroos.
And it was just a pass. And from there, 10 seconds later, there was a goal. How did it happen? Nobody saw it coming. And that's how Madrid plays these days. That's how Madrid has been playing for this season.
You know, John, let's not take away the fact that they're playing at home. Santiago Bernabeu is a cathedral for Real Madrid. You know, do you think it's going to be a game of the midfield or a game of the flanks? Because it looks like all the Bayern players are coming back. Gnabry, Sané, Koeman, and all of them. Then on the side of Madrid, you have Vinicius, you have Rodrigo. Midfield for me, Goretzka will playing against something like Kroos and Federico Valverde, sorry. Now, where do you think we prevail today? Is it the midfield or is it the wings? Because these guys have top players. Just that Bayern Munich has a striker. Real Madrid does not have one. So what is the angle they're going to come from? Is it from the wings or from the midfield?
I think the game is going to come from the wings, but it's going to be decided in the center.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of striking options down the flanks. You have the likes of the Musiala, you have the Sané, you have the Vinicius, you have the Rodrigo, you have all these players. And you also have the same in Real Madrid across Bayern Munich. So it has to be a game. The attacking prowess, the movement is going to be off the flanks, but where the game is going to be won or lost is going to be in the center. Who is going to be able to hold possession? Who is going to be able to dictate the game? And another thing for Bayern Munich only have a shot in this match if they are able to do what other teams do to Real Madrid to win, which means you have to suffocate the life out of Real Madrid. You have to pressure, you have to push, you have to take the game to them. Don't wait for them to, because even if you give them one sliver of opportunity, it's a goal and it's done. So
the problem in Bayern Munich is still their defense. I don't know. They have 3 top defenders, and
how can you have
goals.
You
have
the
late. They have to even bring this Tottenham guy.
The guy came from Napoli. The Korean guy. Kim Min-jae. You have the elite. You have
Eric Dyer. You have
you know, my surprise that they have to bring Eric Dyer to that team. Eric Dyer that was even benched. Was even playing for Sports, then he's not playing full time for
and Bayern Munich just on the bench.
And that is great for me. If I think about it, I don't even understand it. They have three the French guy, the Korean guy. They have top defenders, but they are not still playing anything. They are considering useless goals.
All kinds of goals. Yes,
look at the goal that Vicini scored there. Why are you tracking him to the midfield for?
But that one was good. That pass was good.
Look at I think
Arsenal defense. They don't really follow. Sometimes they leave.
You give his space.
Because they are this common sense. Why are you following him? You have a lot of space. You are not following him, and you know this guy.
Why am I feeling like Godwin is tilting towards Bayern Munich? Because he's the way he's talking like he wants Bayern Munich.
There was something John said. He said pressure Madrid. You forget that when you pressure Madrid, they can build from the back as well, and they can send long balls and hit you on the break. And they have speed. You have Rodrigo. You have Valverde. You have Vinicius who can run.
But then again, you have to consider the fact that you have the entire cathedral against you, so you can't come to that place and want to play defense because they are going to be on your neck.
I think
so you have to come out.
It's a game of balance. Don't pressure Madrid. Don't play high press. You play high press, you're in trouble because you're leaving your defense.
Okay, guys, we're going to come back. We're not leaving here because the games on board are Champions League. This midweek is Champions League midweek, and we have top games. I'm over to YouTube now, and Organego Mari FA says Madrid is unstoppable. Also, Igodakpo says that the match is so scary for me, and I pray Madrid will go through. Peter Abodori says, I give it to Madrid. Fortune Zoke says it's going to be a really tough game, but I will give it to Madrid. Everybody's giving it to Madrid. All right, the game might end up in penalties, and Bayern might go through. Wow. Bayern might go through. All right, everybody's saying that everybody's looking like Madrid. But let's see what will happen. You can never tell. Football is football. Don't forget to call me again. I want to speak to you and know what you think about the match tonight and the one that happened yesterday on 0706 048 5853. We will come back to ending this Madrid Bayern Munich talk when we're about to close the show. But now, not too good news for Chelsea, but also good news. I feel for me, the greatest defender in the past one season or two for Chelsea, and very calm, is Thiago Silva. And he made an announcement yesterday. Thiago Silva is going back to Madrid, to Brazil in May. Once the season ends, he's leaving Chelsea and is going to join Fluminense in Brazil. Amazing defender who never looked at his age. This man is old, 39 years, but he's calm, he still makes good tackles. And for me, I think the moment he started getting injured and people on the bench, you had the likes of bad guy, because in Basile, and Chelsea were just misbehaving, changing defenders anyhow. I thought you'd have done Thiago Silva and one other person to train them for the day, but now he just came back now from injury. Now, Godwin, Thiago Silva, I think he has paid his dues in Europe and it's time to go home.
Fantastic defender. The first time he moved to AC Milan, the first time I saw him play, I was like, who is this guy? Nobody knew him from everywhere. AC Milan gambled on him, and he paid off. He was fantastic that year. He was defending. I was like, they brought this guy from Brazil. Even though then Brazil had a lot of talent. People were buying a lot of players for, but whether he works, you just try your luck. But AC Milan tried with him and he won. He moved to PSG and he won about 7 league titles with it. He couldn't win the Champions League. He lost the Champions League on his final season. Then he moved to Chelsea, and luckily for him, he won the Champions League. I think the only cup that he didn't win is the World Cup, which they lost 7-1 against Germany. Apart from that, he won every competition he has been in. So he's a fantastic defender. He has paid his dues. He's 39. I think it's time to go home. He's going home. He has already signed a 2-year contract now. I think he's going back to his world club to see how far he won about 20 titles. He can enjoy. This man has been amazing. Very calm and so him leaving now, I would have thought, okay, he's leaving, but Chelsea would have just kept him one more season, even if he's not playing, to help build these young defenders coming up for Chelsea, because Chelsea decided to rebuild this side. But letting him go now, do you think this might cause a big issue for Chelsea? Because Chalobah, Disasi, Badibidashir, and all of them. Cowell will step up next year. How do you think
Cowell has
been
injured? Yeah, Cowell has been there for a year, and he's been training together with Thiago for some time now. You have the like of Bashile, you have the like of Disasi. These defenders might have learned a thing or two from from Thiago, and you see that whenever Cowell is in the game, there's always an improvement in his game. Tomari played with him for like a season or so before going to AC Milan, and now look at Tomari. He's one of the best defenders in the Italian league. So you see that if you learn from an experienced player who has played in most of the leagues in Europe, you see that you could learn a thing or two from them, and you could advance your career from there. So I think if him leaving in May, and Bashile, Disasi, Koeman have not learned anything from him, then it's a problem for them. They will have to start looking for another experienced defender, maybe a 29-year-old defender, to bring into the team.
To make it
7 defenders, or perhaps.
And where are they on the league?
They are 7th on the league, though.
It's amazing. Now, John, you seem to love Thiago Silva very much, and this guy has done an amazing job for Europe. I'm not talking about Chelsea today.
No.
Europe, missing this kind of player and them allowing him go back. I thought this kind of player, okay, get him backroom staff to now become a defensive coach, because you can't tell me when you see this man play football, you see him make time tackles, you see him play long passes. I feel maybe he still wants to play 2 years because he feels very fit, so I cannot be doing coaching. He might come back to Europe later on, but is it goodbye now for him finally after their last 2 games now for Chelsea?
Yeah, I think when the news broke that he was leaving at the end of the season, I wasn't really happy or excited, because you don't want to hear this type of news. I think Chelsea haven't done as good a job as Real Madrid have done in keeping some of these experienced hands, even though they are not playing the full games in the season, even if they just play 10 games, even if it's just 7 games, but having them around helps build culture, helps also bring on these people up. And then you look at clubs like Arsenal, you look at clubs like City, they have a way of keeping their best hands in that backroom staff to ensure that these young guys are brought up in that culture.
Probably he wants to play. He doesn't want to sit on
the bench. I think he wants to play.
Most times, the last season for a player before he leaves the club is that season where he trains the academy graduates. Then after that, he goes to a club. Look, like you talked about Man City keeping them. Vincent Kompany went to Belgium to become a player manager, and from there he's now coaching Burnley. Now you see that maybe that's the same route Thiago is about to take. Play 2 seasons for then at 41 you're coaching the under 17, and from there you might come back to Europe and be a coach as well. It happened to Zidane. We saw him after playing, he went somewhere else and died down, then came back to Real Madrid and started coaching the under 17 and the under 18. So I think it's a pattern for all these players who played and has won majorly all the leagues. It's a pattern. It's becoming a pattern for them. Go somewhere that they don't know you, play a 2 season, come back, become a coach, and perhaps continue to win trophies.
And I think most of these South Americans star players, most times when they finish their career in Europe, they feel like they don't know. They just feel like, let me go home and give them 1 season.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I think even Messi, some might
go
back to Argentina, go back and play for his childhood club for 1 year.
All
of them, yes, all of them. I think the mentality for all of them, they finish their career.
In Africa, Nigeria, they don't come back. I will see some players come out to play for Rangers at 42.
Yes.
Let's see what will happen and play for Benetton or Benin, but they don't come back. I think they want to just stay there. All right. Now, something has been taking place this season in the English Premier League. Now, let's look at it a little bit before we go back to the Champions League and we'll close the show. Now, there has been lots of points deduction. Yesterday, Nottingham Forest lost the appeal for points deduction, but they are lucky. Even with all the points deduction they've had this season, they are still climbing and they are still fighting above relegation, and they might qualify. Everton were deducted points, Nottingham Forest were deducted points, and Nottingham Forest lost their appeal yesterday. Now, I feel for me that points deduction is only for the poor teams.
Yes.
Because with all the cases Man City has in court, everywhere around the sports court, they've not deducted half point from those guys, and they are winning the league. But Nottingham Forest, Everton, that's why I would say Sondage should win coach of the season for me. Yeah, but he might not have it because after 10 points deduction, he has still taken Everton to 15th, and they are already 6th. Now, Nottingham Forest is also almost doing the same thing now with their new coach. Now, you know, what do you think should be the solution now? Is it points deduction or outright demotion or stripping of even titles and cup ones when all these things are found out because there are financial fair play issues now and England is becoming a scapegoat?
For Spurs, for Tottenham Forest and Nottingham Forest and Everton, when they were charged, they accepted the charges. But the difference is that Manchester City, they say that they didn't do anything. That's why they have not actually done anything to them. And they have 115 charges. It takes a lot of time to prove those charges.
Yeah.
So that's just the difference. When they charged Everton, they said, okay, we did this, we did bad. Okay, how are we going to do it? They sorted it and they gave them 10 points. They appealed, they didn't win. Then they continued. Nottingham Forest, they gave them 7 points. They appealed, they removed 3. And they have 4 now. They appeal this second one so that they can reduce because they are fighting for their lives. They need to stay at the Premier League. So they appealed again and they lost.
And they didn't get it,
so
they lost.
The difference there is that Manchester City said, we didn't do anything. So you can't charge them. Do you understand? If they said, okay, I agree, probably they will deduct points from them. So but their own don't take time. It's 115 charges. It's not something that will just to do in 6 months. It's going to take time for them to prove. But generally, I think point deduction is not fair.
Okay.
I think they should do transfer bans.
They did it to Chelsea. Many
should do it like that. If you break financial fair play, they should ban you from signing any player for you to balance your books. So it even encourages you to play with your under 21. You have to promote a lot of players. Under 21. So did that. For me, Chelsea did that and promoted a lot of under 21 players. So
I think it happened to Derby County at some point where they had to strip the board of their titles. Yes. They deducted their points, and I think when Rooney was the coach at that time,
Rooney nearly collapsed.
He nearly collapsed, and he brought in he couldn't sign players because they were facing transfer ban. So he was taking players on loan, 2 players from Man United, and they said no, you can't take 2. You only take one player from a club. So he took only 1 player from Man United, and I think 1 from Tottenham Hotspur, and that was the only thing he could do. And he ended up in the top 8 of the league, and that's why you say I think this thing only affects smaller teams. It only affects smaller teams because it only affects, maybe if, like now I was telling somebody the other day, I think Man City is a global brand. City Group is a global brand. Now they have different clubs around the world, so it's easy for them to maybe
play around the
rules
because
I can get a player from I can go to, like now Man City is looking to buy what's it called, Paqueta. And since they can't get Paqueta, they could go to Girona, it's a sister club, and get this, the midfielder that's been creating chances so far in Girona, bring him to Man City. Even if they pay 100 million, it won't tell in their books that they pay 100 million because they are still the owner of that same club. They could go to Brazil, they have a club in Brazil, they could go to Brazil and pick a player from there and bring to Man City.
So they have a way around.
So whenever you want to investigate, you can't get them, you can't catch them in the act because it is me going, I'm just like the owner of this brand. I go to this shop, I pick whatever I want, I don't pay for it. So you don't check my account if I'm paying for it or not. What I tell you I paid for it, I paid for. So that's what they've been doing.
Exactly. I said it yesterday, and that's
why they've not been able to charge Man City. That's why whenever they go to court,
they don't know what to say.
Whenever they go to court, Man City will tell you, since you're taking us to court in FA, I'm taking you to FFP. I'm taking you to international.
Because it's my player.
I'm taking you to International Court of Arbitration. Now you're dealing with just England, then they're taking you to the world. So to expose you now, you're looking like a clown because you are the world. You don't know what to say. You don't have evidence against them.
All right, guys, we're going to begin a very, very short round back again to wrap up now with the UEFA Champions League. I'm going to tell you that there's a Europa Conference League game taking place tonight. Also, Fiorentina will be going away to Club Brugge.
104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
Sports.
Alex Iwobi gets the ball onto the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal!
Entertainment. News and politics.
Enugu State Governor Peter Mbah has sent the electricity bill.
Gospel.
And let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Odinibo.
Awesome programs exclusively on
Volt 104.3 FM.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show now. We are going to be wrapping up shortly now. We are going back to Champions League because you cannot say other things and not decide tonight who is going to be going to meet Borussia Dortmund in the final. Now, Andre Lunin, the revelation of the season that came to stand in for Thibaut Courtois after his injury now. Anthony said yesterday in his conference, like it or leave it, Lunin is going to start in goal. We don't know if Militao will be starting immediately. I would have loved Militao to start immediately. Militao versus with Rudiger, because Nacho sometimes can be very, very fun, you know. And so tonight, let's analytically look at this game. Now, let's dissect the Real Madrid team. Now, to me, who do you think that Godwin will be starting? I want you to give me what you think will be Real Madrid's best 11 going into this game.
The coach has said that Lunin will start. So that one is settled. Their captain have to start. Carvajal have to start. Then Nacho will have to play. So me, I go for Carvajal, Nacho. I don't know who is going to play. Okay, Rudiger, yes. Rudiger. Then the midfield, I think you should play the two experienced players, Cruz and Modric.
Okay.
They need experience today. Then normally they play Jude. They should play three strikers.
Okay. Vinicius,
Rodrigo, and the third guy.
Don't tell me that. I don't call Joselu and say you
want to wait? No. Let me
finish. Why I said Joselu is they need that threat
up front.
Okay. They need that threat, and that guy scores with his head. So they should start him on first half. When they score that first goal, second half they should remove him. Then they should sit back and play a counter-attacking football. That's why I think he should start. I know he will not start probably, but I think he should start.
Okay. No, so yes, I want to hear you.
You want to start Cruz and Luka and Joselu in the same match. Are you going to play a defensive? Are you going to play a defensive block? Because these people can only control the tempo of the game if Bayern Munich are not playing. But Bayern Munich is the team that wants to play with high energy. You can't play these two players in your team.
So give me your what do you think?
Now with Carvajal being back from if he's back from injury or perhaps suspension, you put him in. Nacho should go back to the bench and rest. Now you have what's it called? Carvajal, Militao. If he will start immediately, Militao, Rudiger. Then you have Kamavinga
left back.
at left back.
Okay.
Yes, that is what that
Mendy,
means. That is what
what's wrong with
Mendy can rest.
They've been doing that often though.
Mendy can rest because you
I'll
need somebody to be on the ball. You need somebody that is confident on the ball. Mendy is not. So you need Camavinga on that left flank. Now in midfield you have what's it called? Valverde, Toni Kroos, and Jude. Up front you have you could now talk about bringing in Joselu if you have Valverde in midfield, or you could at least switch it up and say in the midfield you have Tchouaméni, Toni Kroos, and.
But don't forget that Tchouaméni has been playing defense.
He has been playing defense because they've been having injury crisis at the back. Now you can bring him back to the midfield because your defenders are back. Okay. Now you bring him back to the midfield. You play, or you can switch him and Camavinga.
They've been playing 4-4-2 throughout this.
So you can bring him back to the midfield. I've mentioned 3 players: Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Tchouaméni, Valverde, and Toni Kroos in midfield. Then up front is Jude, Vini, and Rodrigo.
Okay,
and
I like that. I like that because I know Madrid fans are listening to you, and some of them might be angry what you're saying, but it's fine with all of you. Now, John, give me your own point of call for you think the Madrid are going to go tonight.
I think the Madrid should play a 4-3-1-2 formation with Vini and Rodrigo up front. I would like to see Jude Bellingham playing in that 10 position. I'm mostly seeing floating into that center of the to help out whenever there is a need to send the ball in, and then behind him I'll see a Kroos, Valverde, and a Tchouaméni in midfield just to show midfield. They are going against the likes of strong opposition in the midfield, so you need people who are able to transition the ball, to run around, to drop back, and to also spread the ball. In the back four, like he said, I would like to go with with Godwin's back four, which is having Carvajal, having Militao and Rudiger in the center, and then Mendy keeping his position on it.
Okay, I'm going on YouTube now, and there's a war on YouTube, and they are not happy with you, especially Godwin. They say, how can you tell them to start Modric and Kroos? I mean, you want them to lose the game because they are too slow. Because who's going to be making the tackles? Who's going to be running against Sunday? But for me, I think it can be easy because what has been working should be working. I think Nacho will start. I think so. Nacho will start with Rudiger. They have Kroos, and they might start Mendy. I think so. But like you said, now I think that midfield should be Valverde, Camavinga, and Toni Kroos. Play Bellingham in 10 and play Vinicius and Rodrigo front. That's a solid team that also has grit. But Tchouaméni has been playing very well in the past few games. So the coach will have. It's good for coaches to have selection headaches, during games. So I'm going to go to the Bayern Munich side. I think everybody looks back now. Musiala, Leroy Sané is going to be playing beside Harry Kane. It looks like Thomas Müller might be starting because they might need experience. Someone who's not afraid of the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium to see whether you like it or not. He can score. Goretzka. Don't forget a player, Konrad Laimer. This guy has been amazing from the quarterfinals, into the semi-finals. He runs ragged everywhere. And Alphonso Davies is back now. Godwin, Matthias De Ligt, Kim Min-jae, Joshua Kimmich. So it's going to be a night of experience, in this team. Now I'm going to put everybody on the spot. We're wrapping up the show right now. Everybody on the spot. Godwin, tonight, Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. Who wins?
Bayern Munich wins.
Wow. I like the coolness. I
said it yesterday.
That don't want to go through, and that was what happened. So it was spot on yesterday.
I'm seeing vision.
Wow, come on. I know that's why he's even telling you that they should start Kroos and Modric together.
It's easy.
Oh, okay. No, so what do you think tonight?
It's Real Madrid all the way.
Real Madrid all the way. All right. John?
Madrid, but it won't be an easy match.
It won't be an easy match. Okay. Now, online, Essie says Madrid will go through. Chukwemeka Energy says Madrid will go through. Hala Madrid. We hope so. It's going to happen tonight, but I think it's going to be an amazing game. Superstars littered all over the pitch. It's going to be a match of technical analysis, and we're going to see the best team win, the most experienced team, and the person who is more hungry to go through to win it. We want to see beautiful football in the UEFA Champions League final. And we're trusting that tonight the serve us one, and in May, ending June 1st, I think, it's going to be the Champions League final. and we're going to see amazing game. All right, guys, it was amazing having you on the show today, and join us every single morning on this platform and listening to amazing sports analysts talk about the sporting world and football in particular on Vote 104.3 FM. And Bowe and the 80 will be here every single day to give you the best of sports. Follow us everywhere on Facebook and on YouTube as we serve you amazing sporting action. Till when I see you again tomorrow, this is Bowe signing out.
Welcome to Vote 104.3 FM.